What's going on, everybody? Mile High back with another video, and today I've got a TownHall 17 spam attack for you guys. This works surprisingly well. I was messing around with it in friendly challenges, and I found out it was actually really strong, so I took it into Legend League. I did miss all my attacks but one yesterday, so I was pretty low in trophies, so I did find a lot of underleveled bases. So I just picked out the higher level bases that I ended up attacking, and then I'll just do a friendly challenge first to show you guys how it works. But here's the army. You've got 8 Ice Golems, 15 Super Archers. I'm bringing 3 Super Wall Breakers and a Druid. If you didn't know, the Druids actually did get a new level. I don't have it yet, and I'll show you how to use that Druid once we get into the attack. But for the equipments, I'm using the Magic Mirror and the action figure on the Queen. It just gives you a lot of power towards the back end of the base. You can change that if you want, though. On the King, I'm using the Earthquake Boots and Spiky Ball. I've also got the Yak on him just to help open up walls. On the Warden, I am using both books, and I'm actually using the Unicorn on him just for a little bit of added healing. You don't necessarily need that, though. You can definitely change that. And I'm using the Rocket Spear and Electro Boots on the Royal Champion. You definitely need the Electro Boots. I really like using the Rocket Spear, but you could change that if you want to. And then, as you see there at the Clan Castle, I'm just bringing Yetis with a Log Launcher. So I'm going to hop into a friendly challenge first to show you guys how this works. Alright, so what we're going to do, it's pretty simple. So what I like to do, I'm going to start with my Royal Champion. And I'm going to place her somewhere over here because I want to take out a flank of the base. So I'm going to drop her there, and then this is where you're going to use your Druid. You're going to pop her Rocket Spear right away, and then you're going to use a Druid with her as well, and that just helps you not have to worry about ground expo, stuff like that. As you see down here, there is a ground expo, so we're going to be getting targeted by that, but the Druid is going to completely nullify that, so I don't have to waste any early invis spells. It just lets you get a lot more value out of your Royal Champion. So then what she's going to do, hopefully, I want her to go down and get the left flank of the base, so I'm hoping she can take out basically all of this completely by herself, which is a massive funnel. And yeah, it doesn't seem reasonable, but look, we have 11 invis spells. And like I said, you're going to be using your Rocket Spear first as well. So she can get most of that. She's also got the Phoenix on her as well. So she's going to take out an entire side of the base. And then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use probably 3 Ice Golems over here on this corner. And I'm going to follow that up with some Super Archers, and they're just going to help set the funnel on this corner. So then all this stuff over here will be gone. Try to draw this out. It's going to be something like this. I don't know exactly how much that's going to get, but most of that will be gone. It'll set the funnel regardless of what goes down there, and that leaves us perfect pathing down the middle here for the rest of our troops. Look at that. We can set in a Log Launcher right down the middle, and it's going to put in absolute work. Our Log Launcher will go like this. We'll line it up with that Inferno, line it up with that Monolith, and it'll also hit the Clan Castle troops and the Town Hall. So that's the plan. That's the setup. We're going to get rid of the drawing, and we'll go right into this replay. If we can execute it as we drew it, it should work out perfectly. And that's why I knew I could get her to go left, because I knew the Rocket Spear would take out that Wizard Tower on the outside. So I knew that wasn't going to pull us out of the way. And now it should be the Expo and the Mortar that are closer. On this attack, I actually didn't have the Druid. I forgot about that. I added the Druid after this, but right there, I would have dropped the Druid, obviously, and it would have completely nullified that ground expo, would have helped keep our Royal Champion topped off. It just helps you get a couple extra buildings and get a lot more value out of your Royal Champion charge. We do pull a Tesla farm over here, which is really nice to help get rid of, because we are actually getting a bunch of trash buildings out there as well with the Electro Boots aura while we're destroying those Teslas. So we're going to take out the multi-archer tower here, and as you see, we still have 4 more invis spells after this wears off. So we're going to basically get this whole flank just as we had initially planned. And we're going to pull the Clan Castle as well. And usually, since we're getting the Clan Castle pull with the Royal Champion, when she goes to Phoenix, you can usually use your poison on those troops. And her being in Phoenix with that poison spell a lot of times will actually deal with the Clan Castle, which is really, really nice. So it'll kind of be an effect here. I don't know if I did it on this attack or not, but it is something I found out later. Yeah, I didn't actually do it. If I would have poisoned there, I would have been able to poison that enemy Royal Champion as well. But we use... Okay, yeah, I never used my poison. I just saved it this time. But I did find that is a pretty good trick, actually, like I just said, to use your poison when she goes to Phoenix. And usually she can deal with that. But this time I don't know if I would have been able to because that Royal Champion was there. So I think it might have actually been a good choice, holding on to that poison spell. I should have used it right here, but I kind of forgot the dragon was still alive, the Super Dragon. But as you see, we have our Super Archers over on the right flank now, doing a really good job setting the funnel, and we just have a perfect path right through the base here. Our Log Launcher lining up, taking a lot of stuff out. It opens us up into the Town Hall compartment. It's also doing good damage on the Town Hall. The Town Hall goes down because of the Electro Boots and our Log Launcher. And look, there's not a lot of base left at this point. I do use the poison on that minion prince just because we still had it. Slow him down because he does do a lot of damage. And as you see, we pop our queen ability. We'll get our clones out there and our giant with the action figure and the magic mirror. And that's just going to help shred through these backside defenses. We have our 3 super archers down on the right, still doing a good job. At this point, it's just cleanup, so I'm going to speed up through this now. There's basically nothing left. All we have left is a bomb tower and an archer tower, which goes down. Now it's just trash. We have quite a few super archers still alive, queen still alive. We still have a yeti alive, our giant from the action figure, and our warden all stay alive. So a nice crushing 3-star. And as I said, very easy to execute as long as you don't let your royal champion die. But with that druid, it allows for you to make a few more mistakes and still get away with it. That's why I like bringing the druid. I didn't have it on that one, but the rest of these attacks, I am going to have the druid. So let's go hop into some multiplayer ones now. Alright, attack number 1. We have this annoying base. I hate this base, but with this attack, we're going to have absolutely no problem because we're going to be able to take out a whole flank with our royal champion, and then we'll be able to log launch her straight into the core. As long as we can funnel our king in as well, we have his earthquake boots, and that'll open up that big chunk of walls there. So we're just going to push in from one of these flanks. It really didn't matter which side here. As you see, we do have the druid. Unfortunately, our druid does get targeted by the expo. That was a bit unlucky, but you can use your invis to keep him invisible, and it just helps top your royal champion back off, because if you didn't know, the electro boots actually give you self-healing, and then you just add in that druid, and it just keeps your royal champion topped off, and you can get a lot more value out of her, especially on early drops if you're going to be getting targeted by ground expos, stuff like that. It just helps you hold on to those invises a little bit longer. We are getting a little bit low here, but that's perfectly fine. We're going to push into this monolith now. I was hoping to take out this whole compartment, and unfortunately we did skip it, but I think it's going to be fine. There's actually a lot of value down here, getting the monolith, getting the multi-inferno. We might even be able to get a ricochet cannon, so that worked out just fine. That isn't what I was intending, but I think it's going to work out just fine for us. We're going to actually cover that inferno tower now because our electro aura should take it out, and I want to try to get that ricochet cannon if we can, but we definitely will because we do have the Phoenix. Obviously, you want to start on getting your funnel set on the other side pretty quickly as well while her Phoenix is still going off, because you don't want to run into any time issues. So try to get that down as quick as you can. If you run out of invises before she even goes down, you can start dropping this stuff as well, just to speed up the attack as much as possible. I did hold on to the poison again this time because I don't think I would have been able to take that out. So we're going to drop the poison down here, and unfortunately they're going to walk out, and I didn't really get anything to target those troops, so that wasn't the best placement on the poison. But we have that funnel set. We're going to get everything to the core now, and this is where all the rest of the damage on this base is just right here and right on the other side of those walls. So if I can get my king onto that town hall, I'll pop his ability, and it'll just shred through all those walls. Now the whole base is open. It's all weak as well, so we should be able to cruise through here now. I'm just going to 2 times through this now. Our super archers up there are unfortunately going to go down to that multi-archer tower, but we still have our queen's ability as well. We pop that, get our giant, get our clones down. There's no damage left on the base now. Everything was there in the core, which we dealt with in a hurry. That ricochet cannon is going to go down to one of our queen clones. We're cruising through the base now. We still have 3 heroes alive. We still have a yeti alive. We still have our giant alive. Nice crushing 3-star, and that is a very annoying base. I'm sure if you guys have been in Legend League before, you've attacked that base. It is incredibly frustrating. So I'm going to go hop into our next attack now. Alright, attack number 2. This is a very, very interesting base. I've never seen anything like this. It is actually highly leveled. It's not rushed by any means. It's just a very bizarre layout. So we're going to come in from over here on the left, and with how tightly grouped these buildings are, our electro boot aura is going to put in work. We should be able to take out an entire side of this giant section at the bottom with ease, and then we shouldn't have to worry about that at all. She'll jump in here. The electro boot aura is going to start putting in work. Our druid is still pretty healthy as well. It's going to keep her topped off. Now we're going to target into that scatter shot. We are slowly pulling the CC because she is visible just for a split second, trying to get that CC out. That's the reason I'm doing that. You could drop it a little bit earlier. Like there, we did end up pulling most of the CC, I think. Yeah, and I was early on that poison. I messed that up again. Like I said, I learned this trick later in the attacks. This was one of the first ones I did. I think this was actually my very first Legend League attack. But wait for your Royal Champion to go down and go to Phoenix so she's visible, so it'll actually pull the Clan Castle troops to her, into her aura, and then you can poison. And usually that'll deal with the whole Clan Castle. But being just super minions like this, I'm really not that worried about it anyway. Our Electro Boot Aura is going to take that one out regardless. And now they're going to target her, and that Aura should pretty much take those out because they don't have that much health. So we carved out a big chunk of the base there. And then I used one wall breaker over here with some Ice Golems and some Super Archers just to take out the rest of that trash and set this funnel a little bit deeper. And then everything else going in on the right flank over here. We're going to 2x through this. Our log launcher should do a really good job. I'm hoping it can get through this big section in the middle here. That is a lot of walls to break. But if we can get into that town hall compartment, we're chilling. We really don't even have to get all the way to the town hall. Basically, as far as we are now, our king can open up the rest of the base regardless. So we didn't get the last wall, but our king's ability will open up that last wall anyway. We're going to shred through here. I'm going to 4x through this now. Our yetis are going to take out that town hall, no problem. Queen's still up. We still have her ability. We didn't even need to use it. We could have swagged it, but we used it anyway. Cleans up the rest of the base, and another crushing 3-star. So I got one more attack for you guys, and I'm going to catch you guys there. Alright, on to our final attack of the video. Definitely want to take out one of the flanks here from one of the corners, and then that'll just set the funnel. Just like we did on that initial friendly challenge, this is a very similar setup. We're just going to go in from one of the flanks, try to take out as much of the flank as possible, and that sets a really good funnel for us. Got the druid down, keeping her topped off. As you see, she's getting targeted by that ground expo, but it's not really doing any damage because we have that druid there helping heal. Now we're going to push in. There is a pretty good amount of value over here too. Even if she doesn't go down the flank, if she goes into the core, that's perfectly fine because there's a lot of value in there. There's a hook tower, there's a monolith, there's a multi-gear cannon, there's 2 fire spitters. There's a lot of value in there. Unfortunately, there is an invis in here, but we should be able to trigger that and not have to deal with it later, which is really nice. And we do push into that monolith, so I actually use a rage this time on the Royal Champion just to tear through this core because there's so much value here to be had. She's going to actually take out one of the ice golems. That's why I wanted to rage, just kind of speed her up a little bit because I knew I was going to get distracted on that ice golem for a while. And I still wanted to get as much of this value as possible. There's a ricochet cannon. Unfortunately, I think she is going to target that expo. I wish she would have went to that multi-gear cannon. But it is what it is. We still have her going to Phoenix as well. We do have ice golems, so we should be able to deal with them absolutely no problem. And again, she goes to Phoenix. This time I use the poison. Just like that is what you want to do. It's going to pull over that rocket loon too, and it should go down no problem. We're just going to go in from this side now because the other side's just trash, but there's nothing to worry about over there. As you see, the rocket loon is in our poison. It's going to go down. All the ice golems went down, so we dealt with the clan castle with our royal champion. Just extra value from our royal champion there. Now we're going to 2x through this. We do trigger that invis tower with our log launcher, which is really nice. That second invis goes off, but it's not going to affect us at all because the town hall is visible again now. We have access to the whole core here. We still have our King's Earthquake Boots. We open up the back side of the base. That spiky ball skips through, does a bunch of damage. We have a ton of super archers up there cleaning all that trash. All of our yetis still alive. We still have 3 heroes alive down here. This one was absolutely crushed. Like I said, on a base like this, a symmetrical base, just take out one of the flanks, funnel out the other side, go right down the middle, and this army will shred through the base. So this is one of my favorite new attack strategies. I may take this into Legend League again tomorrow. I'm not sure. If you guys want to see more of this, let me know, and I can definitely do it again. It should work at other town halls as well. So if you want to see it for any other specific town hall levels, I can do that as well. So let me know in the comments. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys next time.